Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to England, temporarily, for more Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So for those that are unaware, the DLC Siege of Paris hit today for European players. It actually came out yesterday for different players around the world. But for us, it came this morning. It was downloadable as of this morning, and we downloaded this morning. This is the first chance we had the chance to play. So here it is. This is our Assassin's Creed Valhalla Siege of Paris DLC stream part 1. I suppose we call it that. Just got to fill in the usual, usual YouTube stuff. I will start by apologising for yesterday. I was due to stream yesterday, and I had a bad day. To put it simply. Hello, Lisa. Good evening. How are you? I wouldn't say I'm feeling massively better, but I'm managing it better today. There are days when the pain is just unbearable, to the point I can't sit up, can't use my leg, and sometimes it just gets on top of you. And no matter how much I enjoy streaming, and no matter how much I want to stream, and it always cheers me up, and you guys are always fantastic, sometimes I just need to listen to my body and say that. So yeah, I apologise, yes, massively for yesterday. It's never easy to cancel a stream, as I feel bad whenever I cancel a stream. Good evening, Keller, how are you? Yeah, whenever I cancel a stream, I feel so guilty afterwards, because I enjoy it, and I enjoy chatting to you guys. And yeah, I do not doing it. I do miss not doing it. It's weird. So I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing and keep an eye on chat at the same time. Just played some more PES now. I bet you're tired. It's late where you are, isn't it, Keller? Yeah, I know. Well, all of you are really understanding. But I do, to say I'm going to stream and then back out of it, for me, is really a big deal. It's like making plans with someone and then last minute saying, look, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to make it, and I hate that. So to do it to you guys when I've said I'm going to stream as well, it's just hard. I know I've got to look after myself more. I do push myself probably more than I should, as I get told quite often. But at the same time, I enjoy doing this. That's the thing. To be fair, I haven't had an evening off since the summer holidays started, actually, to be fair, because we've been streaming a bit less because my other half's home. So I've been making that up by doing it in the evening. I can't read chat for a second, just while I'm filling in one part of YouTube, so I will catch up with it in a second. But yeah, so I think I've been trying to make up for that by obviously streaming more in the evenings, whereas normally I have the odd night off. It just catches up, yeah, to be fair. Everyone needs a day off occasionally. Yeah, it's just, I think normally I don't stream Sundays, and we did stream Sunday, and obviously I'm being careful what I do at home. I'm not pushing myself more than I should. I don't think I am. I may get told otherwise by other people, but But yeah, it's hard. It's just it's a fine balancing act. That's really it, really. No, it's not fun to cancel. No, like I say, I apologise for cancelling. It's not nice, but we're here. Siege of Paris. I don't know if anyone's tried it yet. I don't know how you guys are finding it. If you've played it yourself, let me know what you think. Yeah, let me know what you think of it. I'm hearing good and bad, so I've stayed away from all story-related stuff. As always, we go into it blind. I've got no clue about any of the storyline or anything like that. But I have heard good and bad. A lot of people, for the first few hours of it being released, were complaining. And then their opinions have changed, it seems. And people are now saying it's really, really good and one of the better DLCs. I think one of the criticisms is it's quite short. So a lot of people are saying the main story side is about 10 hours. Obviously there's side stuff, which will obviously up the game time. But we were expecting probably something close to 20 hours, I would have said, realistically. Because second DLC is generally longer than the first. And Ireland for us was about 20 hours. But live streamed, you had a little bit of time on for that. So yeah, main story was probably about 10. So we were expecting double for Siege of Paris, but we don't know. We'll go into it blind as always. We'll see what we think. By the end of the stream, we're here for what, 2.5? I may even push it a little bit longer. We'll see how we're going. See how I'm going. But yeah, I always reserve opinion until we've got into it, because it's unfair to judge something based on what other people have said and what you've read. You've got to judge it for yourself. Oh, I did want to say, I know I mentioned in the Discord, but for all those that were in the Discord earlier and had a massive, really healthy debate about Assassin's Creed in general, I want to take my hat off to all of you. There's the amount of media platforms you see people argue about the simplest things. And actually, it was a really healthy debate with varying opinions that went off without a hitch. There was no arguments, there was no temper tantrums like you see all over social media. Everyone put their view across, they backed themselves up. People agreed to disagree. They agreed to disagree. And it was probably one of the most grown-up debates I've seen in a very long time on a media platform. And it just goes to show that if you have the right people with the right mindsets, you can debate anything, and it doesn't always have to end in an argument. And I even when I kind of got busy this afternoon and didn't join in the rest of it, I caught up, and yeah, it's what it's for. That's the whole point of these things. Games, politics, the world is all meant to give us opinions and choices. And you've got to be able to debate those. Not everyone's going to agree on the same stuff, but it's being able to put your opinion across in a calculated manner with facts that can back your argument up. But if someone doesn't agree with you, it's being able to come to a nice new quest, a nice acrimonious conversation. Right. The Siege of Paris. To the south, the Kingdom of Francia was unified under a single king for the first time in 100 years. Charles the Fat, the great-grandson of Charles Manga, now waged a slow war against the north in Francia. England could be next. Ravensthorpe must make new allies in Francia to avoid the threat of war. A visitor will arrive in Ravensthorpe to launch the adventure. Nice. I'm liking that little introduction. It's sounding good. Thank you for the like, that was much appreciated. And thank you for the other one. That was much appreciated. Bear with me 2 seconds. My headphones are extremely loud, so bear with me a second. That's a bit better. The game was so loud I couldn't hear myself talk, which was really weird, so I've had to turn it down on my headphones. It's never productive to start hurling insults in person. Exactly, it's not. And that's the big thing. Thanks to the like over, that was much appreciated. That's the big thing. No one did, and everyone's opinion differed slightly, but yet it came across really well. Good evening, Kathy. How are you? Yeah, I'm here. I'm not fantastic, but I'm here. But we're getting there. We'll manage. So has anyone done this yet? Have they investigated, looked into any of this? Or is this all new to everyone? Right, strangers bearing gifts. We've completed the festival, we did it in one stream. We have got some more story stuff to do with the trials, but I'm not overly worried with mastery challenges. Inventory, why have we got a load of... I hate little dots. That would be why. We gained some new items, so, if you weren't aware, you can download the from the Ubisoft Connect app. You can get a Basim outfit and an Ezio outfit for your character. I don't plan on wearing them, but they're free, so I'll always have them in the game, but we'll never wear them. We'll always wear the armor we gain and the weapons we gain from DLC. So currently, we're still using this Celtic armor from Ireland. We've got the Norse Gale bow from Ireland. We've got our sword that we gained from the festival. And we've got our shield from Ireland. The minute we get anything from Paris, we change. We're not keeping it. We're going to go straight into the armor. It's all new to you, Lisa. Good. I'm glad you're good, Kathy. Good evening, gaming. How are you? So is your game now fixed, gaming? Because you were concerned, obviously, there are issues with your game. Thank you for the like over, that was much appreciated. Yeah, you were concerned your game was broken and you lost a load of time. Has it fixed it? And I'm glad you're loving it. Right, we need a fast travel back to Ravensthorpe, obviously. As that's where we need to be for this, if I can remember where Ravensthorpe is. So let us go. Wrong button. I'm used to pressing the square. You haven't... There are some amazing weapons that I knew. I know there's a scythe because I've seen the trophies. You haven't checked Ireland. But is your game working better now, gaming? Because that was the big concern. It hasn't fixed it. Oh, okay. But you decided to give it a go anyway. But the thing is, you know you've done the rest of it. You know the story, you've done it all. So although you've lost that gameplay to a degree, it's about finding the happy medium, isn't it? I know the other night you weren't very happy. But at least you're giving it a go. I'm excited. It's weird, because I was seeing all the people criticising it this morning. And obviously I stayed away from all the story stuff, but there were people without spoilers were still saying, oh, I hate it, it's rubbish, blah blah blah. And I was thinking, don't rain on my parade. And then come the afternoon, people saying how good it was and how immersive it was. But I don't know, we'll find out. The one thing that I didn't miss by playing Assassin's Creed 3, loading screens. Assassin's Creed 3 is very quick on loading compared to this. You want everything to be perfect. I know you do, gaming, and I completely understand your stress. Imagine if I lost my 200 plus hours. You know, I'd be stressed and I wouldn't be very happy. So I do understand where you're coming from completely. But at least you're happier. That's the main thing. Do not give me tips. Not unless I get stuck. Unless they're completely spoiler free. Right, we're in Ravensthorpe. We need to go and meet someone. I believe. Oh, we got a letter. A letter from Ramvi. There is one thing I have heard, and I don't know how true it is, but we'll find out when we speak to Ramvi. Ramvi's voice actor, or actress, has changed, supposedly. Her voice is different. Let me know what you guys think. Because it'll be interesting to see if we agree or not. Okay. Ivor, 2 visitors have arrived at Ravensthorpe from Francia. One is a young Norse warrior from Jarl Simric's clan near Paris, and the other seems to be a Frank. A Frank was the type of money they had back then. But okay. They have already built us a new guest house as a gift from Sinric's brother Sigfred. I am no seer, but he is obvious they want something from us. The warrior, a girl named Tokka, has been asking after you. Speak with them and find out what they really want. She doesn't seem convinced.
Built their own guest house. These are very generous guests.
Yeah. Granby doesn't seem convinced by these new people. Her letter sounds very judgmental. Would probably be the easiest way of putting it. Obviously the festival is there. Where is their... Oh, it's a longhouse. They've actually built a longhouse. Wow. I wasn't expecting to build a longhouse itself. That is massive. No, not sorry to go to Paris. You will find out. Okay. Yeah. No, that's not the longhouse, is it? I'm looking at that thinking that's a big old longhouse. That's not. That's where our John's Vikings are. So where are they? Oh, up here. I'm looking at the wrong building.
Did you see that one who came with the new arrivals? She looks young to be raiders.
Are they raiders?
Are my people really criticising these people? They're judging them. We haven't seen that from the clan before. They are actually, they're all whispering about the new arrivals. They're judging them, and we haven't seen that. Our clan has never been about that.
Is that everything? This feast has to be great.
Yes, it is our last chance.
I've never turned the sound down before on my headphones. So the sound hasn't changed for you guys, has it? It's just my headphones affected.
You are well known to us.
Because I had to turn it down because I couldn't hear myself. But let me know if it's too low.
With me is my advisor, Pierre. We are here on behalf of
Pierre,
Siegfried
that's
of
a proper
Francia,
French name, isn't it?
warrior
Pierre.
and leader of the Northmen there.
You look to be at home here already.
How could we not be?
Nothing to do with
What you
assassins.
have done in this place is amazing.
Okay, that's interesting.
Fitting addition. We have also brought new tastes for your long table from Francia. If it is drink you prefer, we have mulled wine.
People were
Very
hating it for the
generous.
length
Some might say overly
more than
generous.
anything else.
Consider it a token of goodwill from the hand of my uncle Siegfried. You know, clan to clan.
That would be blood if any here heard I refused a feast. So, consider it accepted.
So they've bought a feast
Yes, you
for
honor
us.
us. Ravensthorpe reminds me of how Francia used
Obviously
to
they
be.
need something. We
Given the
know they
chance, I
need
would
something.
visit
They know
often.
they want us to go to
welcome.
France.
Yet you do not share your
There we
gifts
go.
for nothing. I await the boon you surely will ask of me.
Tales of your judgment prove true. You can teach me some of that wisdom over
Yeah,
ale,
I've heard
say.
it's a short one.
Shall we begin?
Let's begin the feast.
Let us see if
I don't
these
want to feast.
Frankish
I want to go to
traits hold up
France.
to
That's what we're here for.
Let us eat.
But they've come a long way. So there must be something big going on in France for them to come all this way to gain an ally. So very slow introduction. Compared to Ireland, Ireland was quite a quick introduction. We were in Ireland very quickly. This is a little bit more drawn out.
How one can prefer ale to wine? Mon Dieu, it astounds me still. You Norse may have us Franks on the battlefield, but when it
There's
comes to
Ramby.
drink, we stand unbeaten.
I like the wine, I prefer ale, any drink will do. Well, he's a Viking. He's going to prefer ale.
It will always be ale for my cup.
It is not only the channel that separates us, there is an entire sea of bad taste.
I want to show you something. In our travels throughout England, I have taken swords in raids and battles.
That new one-handed
This
sword.
I took in a holmgang against 2 oafish brothers in East Anglia. This but a wound twig, but is still my favorite.
So you've
A
traveled
wound
to all corners
twig.
of this land before.
They're named for
arriving at
one-handed
Ravensthorpe.
swords.
To what end?
I mean to entice you and others like you to join in the glorious raids along the River Seine.
Who have you talked with thus far?
Many. Jarl Hemminger, Guthrum, even Halfdan. Paris itself is set to be sieged. And after that, we will have amassed more riches than anyone in England has dared imagine.
Let me guess how many Jarls will join you on your Frankish raids and sieges. None.
They just fail to see the scale of the bounty we stand to plunder.
What do you really want, Toka?
Every word I have said is true. But there is something else. A new power is rising in Francia.
What kind of power?
The Frankish kingdoms have been united under one king, Charles the Fat.
We heard about him
With
during the
combined
festival.
strength, Charles has begun a slow march against the Norse villages there. He killed my father and wiped out my village.
I am sorry for your father and your village. But we have our own troubles here in this land.
With Charles the Fat in power, those troubles will worsen. After his campaign in Francia, he will come for England. Charles will come for you and your clan. His armies multiply by the day. Real soldiers and cavalry, not like the Saxon farmhands and gillers in these parts.
If the Raven clan were to help you, what is it you would ask of us?
Our chieftain, Siegfried, prepares to siege Paris and make the Franks rethink their actions against we Norse. And our longships will grow heavy with treasure in the doing.
So they're basically saying if we don't help them, Charles the Fat will eventually reach England. And we'll have to face him anyway.
My scouts attest to the claims of Toka and her people.
Right.
But before now,
Ramvi.
I saw no reason to involve our clan.
Different voice actress?
Do you see reason now?
If the mad King Charles does have ambitions for England, we should act. The Siegfried you mentioned, he rallies the Norse there. Joining him could be our chance to push back against this new king.
Or I could meet this Charles myself. And if he will not deal with me, I kill him.
This problem is bigger than one king. If we kill one, another will rise. Were he murdered by a Norse from England, it could bring the Franks to our shores even sooner.
She has a
Then I
point.
will be mindful of who I kill and who I ally with in Francia. Could be a stable king is the way to keep Ravensthorpe safe.
Let me see the sword. I wish to examine the ironwork.
No, I stole this, and it is mine.
Fine. If you will not show it to me, I will have to take it. Ready yourself, Pierre. I challenge you to a holmgang.
Enough. Toka, you came
No,
here
I've
looking for
got
help. This
anything
new
against the new
Frankish
voice,
threat.
but he's definitely
The Raven
different.
clan will answer
It
your
must be
call.
a different actress.
You will? You will! I promise you will not regret this. Find Pierre when you have prepared, and we will make for Francia at once.
Thank you.
So, I will say, a lot more slower introduction. As I mentioned earlier, Wrath of the Druids, you were very quick conversation, island, you're there. A lot slower, and a lot.
My head. I should have kept you ill.
I hate it when he's drunk as well.
Toka said to find Pierre when I'm ready to travel to Francia.
Well, we're ready. Let's go. That's all we're here for.
Wolf-kissed. I hope your head does not ache like mine. What a night. But we should leave for Francia soon.
We're leaving now. Yeah, it's a little bit more drawn out before you actually go to Francia, but the reason makes sense. So I think it fits nicely.
Yeah.
And that is one. That's the thing they've done really well so far with all of
I'm ready.
all of the DLCs, the extra stuff they've added, the river raids, the mastery challenges, all the stories fit seamlessly into the game itself. There's no, well, why am I here? Why am I doing this? They do fit really seamlessly, and I really like that. There's nothing worse than an extra bit of game being added in, but there's no explanation of why. Now we just got a really long loading screen. But so far, we've only really had a load of talking and cutscenes, but I like the explanation. I liked what's going on, and it makes sense. But yeah, we'll change as soon as we gain anything new. We change. We'll try and upgrade it. I don't think we've even fully upgraded our Irish stuff because we haven't worn it that much. We haven't needed. We kind of got towards the end of the Wrath of the Druids and haven't used it. But yeah, we'll use anything we get DLC wise. That's what we use: weapons, armor, shield. That's how we do it. That's how we play. Nice new bow would be nice. And yeah, our armour definitely does. I don't think it's going to suit Francia, to be fair, but we'll see. Does mean we're using a one-handed sword. That's something we're used to, especially when we're using a warhammer. And here we are, Francia. So it took us, what, about 10-15 minutes of story before we got to France.
Francia, the land of Charlemagne and the bitter price of Ragnar, sacked Paris for a fortune in silver and sorrow.
So if you don't know the legend
Now
of...
a new king rises, uniting Franks against Norse in open battle, and casting angry eyes toward England.
So if my history is correct, I don't want to talk while Ivor's talking.
Already his armies assemble, and crows gather again over Paris.
There we go. So we're in Moulinois.
Welcome to Francia!
What? No sniveling emissary from King Charles to greet us?
Believe me, Wolf-Kissed, you will feel the
gonna
warmth
say.
of his welcome soon enough.
Everything looks sieged and on fire. Yeah, if you don't know the legend of Ragnar Lothbrok, he's obviously, throughout Valhalla, he's been involved in the background quite a bit. Obviously his sons were more involved. But the legend of Ragnar Lothbrok, they actually did sack or siege Paris. And the first time I think they failed, the second time they managed it. To a degree, there were massive losses though, for the Norse. Right. I don't think the map...
King did this.
We all had a part in it.
So they're blaming the Mad King for this. I don't... I was going to have a look at the map, but obviously it's not going to let me. Wait a minute. Oh. There's no map currently. I'm waiting to be attacked. I'm kind of always on the edge.
Gods. This is what he would bring to Raven's.
Yeah.
It is. We are almost there, but we cannot take the longship around Paris as the Franks' bridges block the way.
Okay, I'm assuming we're getting off here then. But yeah. They're destroying lives and people, by the looks of things. The hidden dock. Okay, they didn't quite dock correctly. Looks like
Our
we're riding
village
on
is
horses
inland.
next.
We will take the horses from here. The others will follow on foot.
There was a person to talk to here a minute
Is there
ago.
danger of an ambush?
Not this close to the water, and not at night. Siegfried has done his work too well.
I will finish unloading the ship. You two go ahead.
Many thanks, Pierre.
And Eivor, there is something we should talk about when I arrive at Melun. Until
Okay.
then, ride safe.
So Pierre wants to just a quiet word with us at some point.
Mount up. The ride is not long.
So we'll wait
How will
till...
I face Siegfried? He entrusted me to gather axes. He wants me to lead one day, but I failed even this.
The failure was not all yours, Tuka. Jarls are ever busy with their own concerns.
So everyone turned her
Just give
down
me
apart
strong
from us.
ale and a good fight. What else matters? Frankish scouts. They have been watching us closely of late. What do you think it means, Eivor?
That Siegfried has not finished his work yet.
Siegfried will not be finished until there are no more Franks left to fight. Scouts have been gnawing at our heels ever since Charles forced us from the north.
He pushes hard against your people. You might have to lead sooner than you expect, Toga.
I may not be the best one to do it.
And we're here.
I see the longhouse. We are
No,
almost
we're not
there.
here. This is like a stop-off. By the looks of things. It's a nice countryside. The only thing is, the last time I was in France, or Paris really, was Unity. And obviously, different time and incredibly built up to see proper French countryside. So I'm assuming the blue flags are the flags of Sigrid.
After so long. I thought to return with an army.
You don't need an army, you've got us. Hopefully. I say that in a hopeful way. And this is their town, village, camp. This is Melon. Melon? Alright. I've just
Welcome
noticed
to Milan.
something.
We
Has
shall
anyone
find
else
Siegfried.
spotted a difference with your character? Our cloak has changed. Didn't notice it immediately, but I have noticed it now. We have a different cloak on to when we left.
Toka, you have
They're building
returned.
catapults.
All went well, I hope. Are the others you brought coming behind you?
I need to find Siegfried.
Of course. Well, you will find him where he always is.
Ah yes, he will be at the burial grounds, staring into the mist. It is where he begins most day. This way.
Yeah, so we've gained a cloak already. We'll have a look once we spoke to Siegfried. I would guess, because when I last tried we didn't have a map. But yeah, I think we'll be able to check shortly. Already see a artifact. But these are catapults. First time we've seen these in the game.
Our burial grounds. Sinrik, my father, lies there, with the others. We should go.
Oh, is it over there? I was trying to work where she was watching. But yeah, catapults at the ready. Not sure quite why we ditched the horses. So this is the burial mounds. Yeah, we could have just took the horses all this way, to be fair.
There's something calming about this place.
It is a beautiful land. Or would be if it was not filled with Franks. There is Siegfried. You go ahead. He may not be happy to see me return with so few allies.
Right.
I'm not dressed, brother. We're almost there. Go.
Let's see. If we need reindeer antlers, I can see one immediately. Well, he looks a strong warrior, I'll give you that. Look at that axe.
Siegfried.
You came, wolf-kissed. Good.
Ah.
You knew it was me.
Pierre sent word ahead. Your axe will be a boon to us.
I heard your axe has been busy as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a big, heavy axe,
I've
isn't it?
slain many on the open field with honor, as Odin intended.
Proper Vikings axe.
It is our way.
But it is not their way. The Franks dragged our Jarl Sinrik from his bed and gutted him.
Oh
like a
wow,
cow.
okay.
They did not even bury him, just left his body for the animals to take. I raised this mound for him.
So that's where the anger
You
comes
want
from.
me to join your side against these Franks?
There is no side. There's only blood debt and vengeance and Helheim for those I split with my axe.
Okay. Choice. I will stand with you. I'm only here for my clan. Tell me about the Franks. I kind of want to know more. You're not a fan of oversized weapons. The medieval era had a lot of cool looking ones. They did. I'm the same as you, to be fair. You know when you can dual wield the big long swords. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. It looks odd. And the same as that. You could. I personally, if I was to have one, I'd only use it two-handed because that's how they were used. And the guys that used them were massive, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of these oversized weapons either. I want to know more about the Franks. I don't want to make a decision. I want to know more about the Franks.
How dangerous are these Franks? What do they want?
Do you not understand? They want us as Sinric, dead and dishonored, but I will teach them what honor means. Now we will feast, and I will tell you of my plans for Paris.
I can understand his anger.
This is Vidar, a more noble beast I have never known.
The god of vengeance. It is a good
We
name.
left our horses back the other side of
Many
town.
Franks have met their end beneath his iron hoofs. He hates them almost as much as I do.
You
So
placed a
I
coffin
want
on
to look
Signus'
at
grave.
the map and
Sinric won
stuff,
it
but
from me in the Holmgang.
I think we need to wait.
It is Eiktherni, who watches over Odin's hall in Valhalla. He was holding it when I found him. It was the only way I knew him after the animals had gotten to his body.
So they pulled the Jarl out of his bed, they killed him, and then left him to be found by the animals and by his clan. And for a Viking, that's very against what they believe, isn't it? That's the thing. That's where the anger will come from them. No axe at a huge chunk of steel at the end like that. Halbern's battle axe at a much smaller head. Did they? Okay. I'm not 100% certain. If that's right, that's right. Yeah, I just saw it as a big axe and kind of thought, oh, cool. Do they actually have smaller? The halberds did, didn't they? Actually, yeah. You are right, Lisa. Actually, the halberd. I don't know why I was shuffling there. It would have moved. The halberd axes. Is it halberds? Halberds? I don't know how you say it. But their heads were quite small. Long pole, but small head. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, actually. Thinking about it. And the reason for that was obviously that if the bigger chunk of metal on the end of an axe is too big, too heavy, the axe would snap.
Ours will be the greatest
That's the
race
problem.
since
That's
Ragnar
why they
sacked
weren't
Paris
oversized.
and brought longships full of silver back to King Horik. We will fill our war chest with silver and our mugs with
You're lucky
mead,
if you get one swing in and then you're out puff. You're never going to be able to lift it and things like that. It's not going to be accessible. Yeah, I didn't even think of that actually, Lisa. Very good point.
He hates being disturbed while he eats.
Yeah, definitely unwieldy.
You know, Ragnar returned with more than just silver.
More than silver? What was it? Swords, precious jewels, wine.
Stories of a dead saint defending Paris. Horik was so awed, he freed the Christians and executed his raiders.
Really? That does not sound glorious.
What's happening? Something's happening. Yeah, our cloak has changed.
Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good to thee. Kill the heathens! Bring me Sigfred's head, and that one as well.
Already being attacked.
Leave the stripling alive to tell of it.
Have they just killed all the guards in the town by any chance, by the looks of it?
What?
How did... Did they not have guards? Did they not have sentries? Did they actually just let them walk in? Kill the Frankish soldiers?
Shit.
So obviously we're still using the weapons.
but it will not be enough.
From previous, that's the problem I've got. Is we're still using the weapons from Ireland and the from the festival and the Irish DLC. So yeah, different start. Right, one down. Second one down. And they're down. I had to, if you notice when I was using the throwing axes, I actually paused for a second because I was trying to think, right, it's R2, and then which one? Oh, it's square, right, okay. Yeah, reactions are definitely not there. As long as we're not ambushed, we'll probably be okay. It's so different, swapping between Assassin's Creed 3 and this.
Siegfried, wait!
Why?
What did he say to you?
Nothing. Why do they kill people without actually getting answers?
Toka, see to the wounded, and find the watch. They should have warned us of the attack.
I'm assuming the watch has been
I
slaughtered.
told you he doesn't like to be interrupted while eating.
We needed that soldier alive to question. Wild heart, level head.
Oh, I like that.
Where is Siegfried going?
My guess is to find that bishop, Engelwin. He hates him above all others. It was he who killed Cynric.
Yes, his sword brother, and your father. I'm sorry, Toga.
Oh, okay.
Nothing has changed. If anything, the attacks grow more frequent, as you see.
Where were your
right.
guards?
I have to stop this before it reaches Ravensthorpe.
Unless you can convince their king to surrender, you may have to kill every soldier in Francia.
Killing his soldiers will stop Charles. I will convince Charles. Killing will not solve this. I don't know. Killing his soldiers won't stop him. It's going to make the king angrier and angrier, and he's going to want revenge, which obviously we've seen with Sigrid, that revenge is never a good thing. Ivor's diplomacy has actually been okay. When we were doing it in England, he was quite diplomatic the majority of the time. So he could convince Charles. We don't know enough about him. Killing will not solve this. Killing won't solve it, I don't think. I think I'm going towards the killing will not solve this. Because outright killing won't. Tactical killing, maybe.
This battle will not be won with axes. I must find a way to meet Charles. Convince him not to attack again.
As you know, we don't kill unless you have to, so we can find a better solution, we will.
To kill him.
And Ivor's grown.
Bigger than one king, Toga. I must talk to him. It is what my clan expects.
Yeah.
You may be right.
When we first started with Ivor, he was all for fighting. And over time in England, you could see it was more about diplomacy, making alliances.
You begin to think like a Jarl, Toga.
Twice our scouts followed Engelwin to the slums south of Paris. When you are ready, that is where Siegfried will be.
There we go.
I will meet Siegfried there and return when Engelwin is dead. Then we will find Charles.
So first of all, we need to help Siegfried kill Engelwin. Secondly,
over here.
We need to. Secondly, we need to then meet Charles. Pierre wants to talk to us. Before we even speak to Pierre, this is the map. So this is obviously our little island. I like that this time, if you remember with Wrath of the Druids, you couldn't see where your blacksmith was very easily. I don't know if there's a graphical glitch or what. It's very difficult to see. It's actually quite large on this one, but this is the map. So it's probably roughly the same size as Ireland, to be honest. Paris is right in the middle here. But yeah, I would say it's roughly same size-ish. That's where we came in which doesn't make sense. So that's obviously the secret dock where we came in and then we rode up to here. But that means we've travelled along this river here to get here. It just seems like they would have ambushed us a lot sooner. Maybe I'm overthinking it. You got Neymar's haircut. Nicely done, Calla. Not perfectly copied, but still looks cool. Good. So how did the main story end with you and Sigurd? Is he still with you or did he leave? We got the good ending. Yeah, we did it. We didn't romance Ramvi. We didn't criticise him and bash him to his face anyway. But yeah, we got the good ending. We're the Jarl, but I believe he stayed. But him and Ramvi still split up. That's how we left it. It's not a big map. To be fair, it's not a bad size. And it has a unique position geographically. It does indeed. Obviously because of the River Seine. I think that's what the river's called. No, it's not. That's Siquana River. Never heard of it. I'm assuming it's called something different now. It's the River Seine, isn't it? My geography is horrendous. You also love Paris. Yes, I do know why. Unfortunately, Keller, we're not going to see the football stadium for PSG in this. I'm pretty sure. It's easy to clear. Okay, that's interesting. So in this first area, this is Melanoy. There's what, 8 wealth, 7 mysteries, and 2 artifacts. That's not bad as an amount. Obviously, we know where 1 artifact is there straight away. The river is the Seine. I thought it was. It's just obviously called something else back then. That's Siquana River. So maybe it was renamed later. But yeah, it's going to be very well protected, isn't it? That's the one thing that you can guarantee, that Paris is going to be protected. And strategically, to attack that, it's all out bridges. That's the thing. Yeah, that's going to be one fight and a half, I'm sure. But there's not going to be an Mbappe, no. No, he's not going to be racing Vikings. No, unfortunately not, Keller. Built in moat for the whole city. Yeah, basically. But like you say, it's a very strategic position for a city. It makes sense from a tactical point of view. So this is the new item we got. This is what we gained from going into France. Obviously, we'll wear it because we're only going to use DLC equipment. There is no perks, but it is a cloak made for safe travelling in Francia. Obviously, we need to stick some runes on it. We need to upgrade it, but it has no perks, which is interesting. Let's stick some runes. I can upgrade it, actually. I don't know how long we'll wear it for, but we'll upgrade it while we're wearing it. Oh, it's got wide then. It kind of froze a little bit on me then. Always worry when it freezes. Sort by last looted. There we go. Because I'm probably looted better ones later, if that makes sense. I thought that was probably a good way to do that. That's a new thing, isn't it? Where you can actually sort your runes out by upgrade level or from when you achieved them, when you collected them. I like that idea. Because it was nothing worse than all your new ones going near the bottom and mixed in. I don't know. I don't really know, Keller, at the minute. At the minute, no. But I don't know. We've only really touched the surface. So until we get further in, I don't really know at this point. Right. I'm trying to work out what I can take off other stuff. Right, Celtic Cloak, we can take that off. Yep. Because the Celtic Cloak we're not using anymore because we've swapped it for this cloak. It's Celtic Armour. Gave me health. I'm just gonna. I don't really pay much attention to what we stick in. We'll stick it to. No, I pressed the wrong one. I hate when that happens. You have to actually click on the empty rune slot yourself manually, which means I've just lost that health. Where was it? There we go. Perfect. But yeah, we definitely need fabric. We need titanium. That's the big thing we need to upgrade. What we'll do though is straight away. Oh, well, before we do anything, let's just check inventory. Is there anything new in terms of resources? No. So not looking at it, there is no new resources, no supplies. These are all island, obviously festival, mastery challenges, river raids. There are no new resources looking at that. Which is why there's a PSG sign either as well. So that's interesting, no new resources. So we have Rot in the Slums is Travel to the Slums, Chapter 1, and Vive la Resistance. Ivor and Pierre help a group of rebels opposed to Frankish loyalists. But we need to someone speak to him anyway. And he is just here. So we'll speak to him. I don't plan on doing it. We'll carry on with the main stuff to start with. I know we normally clear as we go.
Yeah.
But
What is this about?
we'll see how things move.
Interest. You in resisting Francia's North-loathing loyalists, me in getting paid.
So is he a
Those
rebel,
seem connected.
or is he a
I'm
mercenary?
working with a rogue band of men and women across Francia who tire of the chaos Charles's rule brought. Their numbers are small. Few are foolish enough to resist well-equipped loyalist forces.
You do not believe in their cause.
I do not, but they do. This is where you come in. Help them, and you will have ample reward for your effort.
It is strange that you support them while
Oh, you cleared the
believing
first
their
area,
cause
did
still
you?
fated.
What kind of monster
We're here.
would I
It
be
made
if I
sense
were
to talk to them
dash
while we're
the
here.
hope they hold in their hearts? Anyway, there is profit to be made, and only a fool ignores that. How can I help?
Okay. So I can pick a rebel mission. I want to go back to England or see you later. Can I pick a rebel mission without picking one?
What have you got for me?
There we go. I just want to have a look at them. So these are missions nearby. Okay, so actually explain it to us. How some play Witcher and Death Stranding this week? There's no time for them. You're slacking, Keller. Slacking. Only one rebel mission can be active at a time. As Ivor travels throughout Francia, more rebels will seek assistance. Open your map to see the location of other rebel agents. So we're looking for... I don't know if that's a butterfly or a fly, but that's the rebel agent marked. Ivor is accompanied on rebel missions by rebel allies, with either a ranged or melee focused squad to choose from. Now that's interesting. I like that. These rebels will wait for Ivor at the mission location to help when needed. So you pick your support squad. Whether you want backup from ranged, you want melee backup. I like that. Once the rebel mission's objective is completed, Ivor must return to Pierre or one of his agents to hand the mission in. And we have an infamy level as well. That's interesting. The infamy level is interesting. We're not going to do any. So there is new currency then. As you can see, the rewards is a currency. So we're not going to do any. There's also solo missions. They unlock at infamy level 3. So once you've gained your infamy up, which gaming did earlier, you can actually unlock solo missions. But yeah, you have different supports. Pantomime. Some of the lawless and Stampis have been making children in the village watch while they beat their parents for coin. I say we give a performance of our own and invite every one of these lawless to participate. You can lead the cast. We've learned the information critical to the operation of lawless interest have been hidden at their camp in Bradia. If we can get hold of that information, give us an advice and plan future missions. Sneak into their camp and take whatever you can find. So they're quite interesting missions. This one's easier. Scouts report lawyers captain patrol along the road from Stampis to Charles Ford camp is all yours. Let's kill someone. They're interesting. I always thought it was Francia with a K sound, but when he says it, it's an S sound. Is it an S? I always thought I've been using the K as well because I thought it was as well. We don't know what the max infamy is. It'd be interesting to see. Still playing Witcher and Death Stranding is going to take me more time. Oh yeah, you've got time. I don't know whether we should have one of these on the go. Obviously these are nearby. But I don't know whether we should have one on the go. And then if we come near it, obviously it helps us on our journey. I suppose we should have one on the go at all times, so it would make more sense. There's 2 nearby. The ones we earn more rewards aren't nearby. I say you do some. All I'm going to stick one on. I'm probably going to do the easy target. It's 1 person we've got to kill. And the reason I'll stick it on, and then hopefully on the way to Siegfried, we can do it on the way, is my thinking. Do we want melee or ranged support? It's 1 person. We'll go for ranged.
So
there we go.
Good luck, Eivor.
So, rebel location. Rebels are at many locations throughout Francia. Open your map to see other locations. Okay. It's telling me to open the world map. So, the one I just selected, there's my one. So my easy target actually makes a lot of sense. We're meant to be going here to the slums of Paris. My target's here. So that's kind of what I thought. If we can do them as you go, that kind of makes a lot of sense. You're clearing Paris in your second area. Nice. While we're here, the blacksmith is just behind us. I didn't see what you could buy with the rewards either. That's the interesting thing.
Come to trade, traveler.
I wasn't going to trade. I was going to upgrade.
Like to see what you have in stock.
Does he not upgrade weapons? He does. I was worried then when he said you come to trade. I was going to upgrade our cloak. Because we've got it, we may as well upgrade it. Got plenty of resources to upgrade it. Or enhancing, rather than upgrading. The plan is to do it all. If we don't, give us another rune slot anyway. If we don't get them all done, it's not a massive issue. Why can I not enhance? Oh, you only need 1 level. That's why. Don't want to downgrade, don't want to change appearance. All good. So he only upgrades, enhances gear. So that's the Frankish coat done. It's changed the colour as well, hasn't it? It's gone dark. It means we can put an extra rune on it. Yeah, what it's actually done is made it go dark, whereas before it was more brown. I could sort them, to be fair. I could sort, actually. It worries me when it freezes for a minute to sort them out. To be fair, I've got a lot of them. Let's sort by level. Let's see. Make sure I'm using the best of everything. Right, so the minor rune of assassination is higher than the great water runes and things. Oh, got that in the actual Iberian Celtic. Right, let's put one of these from the Raven Clan cloak. Let's put that on. There we go. Right, I think we're set. Do you know what I haven't done? I've just seen, which is a little bit frustrating. I haven't done 2 things. One, I haven't saved, and I'd like to save regularly. I've got no runes in my sword. That's frustrating. So, increase speed when dodging. What do I want? I like the fact you can sort them by level when last looted. I like that. Increase speed when dodging. I'll put that on the sword for the minute. That was quicker to sort because I've got less of them. Yeah, I do like the upgrade level. I think that's quite a good one. So we can have... The Warhammer had the attack. It's a minor rune. But it kind of makes sense. So we'll stick that one on. I don't know why it's saying softer than the Warhammer when I've clicked it, because this isn't a Warhammer. Back damage, back damage, back damage, critical damage. You know what, I may just go for the heavy damage, I think. Well, let's go with critical damage, that'll do. There we go. I don't think we'll use the sword for long, I'm sure we'll get something new pretty soon. I upgrade everything, gaming. I'm equal opportunist. Equal opportunist, that's probably the wrong word, but that's what I know what I meant. Yeah, I upgrade everything. If we're wearing it, I'll upgrade it. Okay. So, where do we go first? Before we do that, I am going to save it, because obviously the issue I've got is I like to save often in case the game goes wrong. Okay. So we're here. There is no viewpoint to climb by the looks of it here. We have got something there, and then I suppose we follow the path. There's a couple of small whelps as well around, and I think we'll grab the small whelp, we'll grab the artifact, and then head north. Hopefully by horse. Although we've got the mission on, we'll head to the slums. That's kind of the first thing I want us to do. I want to keep the story flowing. You only upgrade after... See, I don't. I upgrade as we go. Just so it's done. And then I don't worry about it. Okay. I don't know if I need rations or not. Do I need rations? I do indeed. Rations are full. Right. There is a small wealth over here. This is the person with horses. I did see something. Why won't he talk to me? There we go. I did see something when we got here. Something flashed up on the right side. I don't know if anyone else saw it. But I believe we unlocked a bear. See the shop. So obviously you've got new birds you can unlock. Celtic Raven, Falcon, Albino, Savage, Black and White, Blue. We don't swap. We've got the Hunting Falcon from previous. Unless we gain something from the DLC itself. And this is what you can now ride. This is what annoys me a little bit. Our current one is our Celtic horse. From Wrath of the Druids, but we gained the Lynx. I used it, I hated it, and for France we have a bear we can ride. Now if the bear helped you fight, like the Lynx, if it helped you fight, I could understand it, but for me it just takes away from what we should be using. And then obviously you've got the horses here. I'm assuming some of these are going to be French style, although they're just like normal horses. There we go. Just my little 2 cents. I knew I'd seen... We've got all the upgrades for the horse anyway. I knew I'd seen the bear being given to me, and I didn't know if anyone else had clicked. We'd gained it, so I thought I'd actually have a proper look at it. You like the reindeer? Yeah. How did I... Okay, I just skipped somewhere without actually knowing what happened there. The reindeer, it's just not realistic. that's my issue with some of this sometimes, is the realism. And I know you're a Viking who's helping the assassins. Realism kind of goes out the window. But that's the issue. This is our friend.
Always nice to see a friendly face. So if you see any about, send them my way.
Yeah. We don't do anything for them. We never have. We've got loads of opals.
So long.
Goodbye for now.
I've got no end of opals, and we haven't spent a single one. Now, there is a mini wealth, and I believe it's in here. Dark in here, I believe. Through here. Just about make out there's something here. What did we gain? Leather and iron ore. Not what I wanted. I actually wanted. Anything up here? No, I can't. That's right. That's that. No, that's that. How do I scan? There we go. That's what I was actually after. I wanted to see if there's anything else I need to pick up. Use the bear. No. You know me. I don't mind giving something a try. You know full well I won't though. The reindeer's more realistic from the bear. Yeah, completely. I completely agree. Yeah, we used the reindeer in Asgard, to be fair, we did. But away from Asgard, for me, it just doesn't make sense. So it's just always the way I've been though with these. Right, there was a shop. Now that's interesting. Let's see what the shop sells. I always like to make sure we know where everything is when we need stuff. Obviously we need titanium. That's the big thing we're lacking, and always have been for a while now. So what can we buy? We can buy the usual upgrades. I've got plenty, so I'm not overly worried about tungsten. Scroll of knowledge is a skill point. I do not see the point. carbon ingots or titanium. I will buy the titanium because obviously we have very little and it stops us upgrading. But there's nothing new. That's what I was looking for. Was if there was anything new, and there isn't. Weapons wise. The Mark of Soul. The annoying thing still is you can't look at this stuff properly before you buy it, which is always frustrating. I'd rather you could actually look at things before you buy them to see if it's what you want. Buy it and then it might look rubbish. And you think, actually I don't want that. Too late. I think there should be a way of looking closer at weapons before you buy them. So that's the shop. Oh. Why is the first artifact something I've got to chase? The Mark of Soul is Biax bow. Yeah, I'm definitely not using that then. The first thing we have to chase is a flying paper thing. Oi. See, in Assassin's Creed 3, these aren't too bad. But I know from experience, from playing Valhalla, these are a nightmare. I'm not holding much hope for this. But we shall see. Where are you going? There is obviously a little trick you can do with these. You can go to where they end once you've done it a couple of times, and you can get there before it gets there and then wait for the turn up. That does work for those that didn't know, but even so, chasing these is annoying. Why have you made me go in a big circle? We just went in a big circle for that, but we've got our first artifact. There's only two, the Melanoi. We've got our first. After walk, and it was a tattoo. Yay! Got to remember, it's not Odyssey. You can't jump from anywhere. Blinding rush, yeah, you can use a blinding rush, but yeah, like I say, the quickest way is if you know where it's going to stop, head for where it stops. Right, we will head where we need to head. So my thinking was, we gained that. Obviously, we will clear this, but at the minute, let's focus on story. Let's see how this is going to unfold. We'll grab a horse and let's ride for the slums. I'm expecting us to be ambushed on the way. If we get there without being attacked once, I'll be disappointed, because I think it will happen. We shall see. Chickens I can't stand because they generally kill you. Now, so I'm just trying to work out the way out. I'm assuming the way out's that way. I do need to call my horse.
If Siegfried has his way, there will not be a single Frank left in these hills by winter.
He hates them, that is certain. Did you see him crush that soldier's neck?
There is no fall damage to do in Valhalla. No. No, you always get hurt if you jump and fall. So yeah, you've got to be aware of falling. Now, what is the button to call your horse? There we go. I knew I'd remember it. Ish. We do need a new horse. Obviously this one isn't very French. But it's our current Irish one. We'll use it. We may have to look for something new. But yeah, no, you will still get full damage. You get it in 5 seconds of blinding rush. I always forget about blinding rush, to be fair. I don't have it. I have it actually activated. But yeah, we'll keep the main story going for a little bit. We will try and clear as we go if we come across something. But I think the main story is the important side. So they're Norse soldiers there. Just have a look around. It's very wet as always and rainy. Pretty much like England was. I don't need these, but while we're here, this is where the realism goes away, because we're using a one-handed sword, obviously. My sword's now blunt, because that's what would happen. But in this, that's not what happens. You can just keep hitting them. Right, we have got a wealth over here, so we might as well head towards that on our way to the slums. I'm annoyed there's normally a viewpoint in your first camp, but we can fast travel obviously to a longhouse. So we shall see. Right, are they friendly people or are they enemy people? They are. If they're blue, they're generally friends. They are blue, they are Norse. That's how I kind of gauge it. If they're blue, they're friends. If they're not blue, they're not friends. Right. This looks like a ransacked village of some sort. It's been destroyed. Bradia. Someone has been through here and burnt it to the ground. Okay, there is a mystery nearby as well. So what was on next on your list after Valhalla? So back to Assassin's Creed 3, the DLC for Assassin's Creed 3. I can't remember what it's called. Then Liberation, that's the one we got included as well. So we'll do Liberation. Then Ezio Collection. And I've already brought, because there was a massive offer on for Syndicate, Unity and Black Flag for £12.99, all 3 games. I bought that the other day. If anyone hasn't got them and wants them, it's £12.99 until the 18th. If you want to take advantage of the deal. But yeah, so I got those. So we're basically going to work our way through. I need to kind of find an order. Whether we do it in release order may be the best way. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Unless you guys have any other ideas in the way you'd like to do it. We need to find a tunnel or way into there. Because that wealth is underground. So we're looking for a way in. Okay. There's a mystery here as well, so, or nearby at least. What's that in there? There's my underground tunnel. Ah, what's the button I can't get through? Okay. Thought for a minute I just found the exit rather than the entrance. So we go, our first chest. It's locked. That's helpful. Got to find the keys. Thought, yeah, I've got my first wealth already. Nope, we need keys. So, let's use our Raven. So a lot of people moaned about the Raven and said how rubbish it was. It's perfect for finding keys. I know it doesn't pick up enemies, but I don't think it needs to. There's also an opal in there. We still pick up opals. We don't spend them, but we'll still pick them up. I don't know how many I've got. I've got hundreds of opals because we never spend them. So in the house here is a key. Up here. But yeah, it's up to you guys what you want to see in what order. Like I say, that was my plan, was to do things. Paris, Assassin's Creed 3, the DLC, get the Platinum, Liberation. I don't know if it's got a Platinum, but do all the trophies for that, complete it. And then Ezio Collection is next on my list. Oh, absolutely, I love my bird. Spotting treasure is what my bird is for. It's weird not having it in Assassin's Creed 3, I must admit. But I think I'm probably more used to that now than I am used to this. Do it in release order, is that what you think, Ghost? That's kind of, gaming, sorry. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Right, this is what we just found on the table next to the key. So my son, time runs short and the heathens march not far away. They're talking about us. Should I fall, I wish you to have our family heirlooms. It is your birthright. I hid the chest below ground, the fermentation chamber. So they used to make wine here then, by the sounds of it. Or ale. Probably wine, it's France. The hidden entrance is hidden nearby. Where new birds used to hide in the shed. Your loving father, Albertus. Very French name. There's a key. So I believe we can now go and get this first wealth. First proper wealth of the DLC for us. Let's have a look. So what do we think? Armour or weapon? What do we think? Let's have a look. Tungsten ingot. I was wrong on both counts. You'll go Liberation, Rogue, Assassin's Creed 4. That's interesting. What? And then go back to the yes. And then go back to. Then go back to Ezio. That's an interesting point. I didn't even think of that actually. This is why I'm asking you guys. Because I hadn't thought about it that way. Right. So there is a mystery there. But it is there. It's a little bit away from where we are. And we're heading north. So I think we'll hold off on the mystery for the minute. Although... my guy is moving. Just noticed he's moved from where he was. There's a mini wealth here. Just got to grab. And then we will... carry on towards the slums. I could do the mystery, to be honest. But... I want to keep the story moving. Leather and iron ore. All-American Assassin's Creed. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. That definitely makes a lot of sense. I think I've got some skill points to spend. I've just noticed. Yeah, no, that actually makes a lot of sense. Maybe we should do that. Liberation Rogue 4. Then Ezio. And then... I think Syndicate probably after that, isn't it? So, yeah, would that mean Syndicate after Assassin's Creed 4? Do I want increasing few? I'm trying to work out which one of these we want first. Draw upon the item passively generate recent health loss after short delay. I like the passive regeneration of health. I think that's a good one to go for. Why have we not got that? Yeah, I don't know why we haven't got that. So we'll go for the bear skills first, I think. Unity first, I think, then Syndicate. Oh, I forgot Unity. Yeah, good point. Unity, then Syndicate. And then... that's it, isn't it? Then we're done. And then hopefully by then, we may have a new Assassin's Creed out. Or they've added more to this. Right, onward. So there's more defensive positions. There's more Norse. So I think that town, that village, whatever you want to call that, that house there was destroyed by the Norse by the looks of things. Because they've set up a position there, a defensive position. So far, the damage we've seen, other than when we first came in, hasn't been caused by the French, it's been caused by the Norse. Ooh. New territory discovered. Paris. I love it when he does that. So, we need to find Siegfried. Siegfried is in this area. It's a lot of back and forth, to be fair. There's plenty of time to think about it and make up your mind. I'm happy if you guys are happy. I don't mind the back and forth because I will have them all anyway. So the back and forth doesn't bother me. Obviously, I want to do all the DLCs as well. Right, it's in this area. So all DLCs, I want to get the platinums for all of them, which will take the time, I think. But yeah, I'm happy, as long as you guys are happy, at the end of the day. We want to just do everything 100% and do as much as we can within the games themselves. I've got a chest here. Explore the slums and speak to Sigrid. Where's this? Oh, okay. All the wealths I'm seeing are actually miles away. They look a lot closer than what they actually are. Right, we're heading down. But yeah, I don't mind the back and forth. That doesn't bother me in the slightest, to be fair. Oh. Okay. This is different. Rat swarms cannot be damaged or killed. So there's rat swarms that are going over in the slums. Obviously, that makes sense. Repel them by attacking with your weapon. You can't kill them, but you can attack them. Rats may flee to nearby sewer grates when repelled. Cover grates with pushable objects when available to trap them. Odin's sight will highlight them. So if we see rats, we attack them to stop them killing us or attacking us. We can block the grates. The rats are annoying. Okay. It's interesting. Oh, similar to that then. That's a rat swarm. They've gone down the grate. Oh wow. So okay, they're easy enough to move. It's weird that it glows like that. But you're in the slums. It makes sense for rats to be there. That does... It fits. It makes sense.
Wolfkist, here!
I know you're there. What have we got? Collect. There's money. Got some silver. There's a dead man here. I always loot first. Talk to afterwards. He can wait on me. I'm not worried. He ran away from us first. I think he's... I don't think one of them... I don't know if one of them was the guy.
Find me? Where's Toka?
Toka guessed you would be here. She is still at Milan, looking for your missing watch.
Yeah.
I lost Engulwin.
The rats do more damage than most of the boss. Really? Okay, that's good to know.
Go through the slums. Even from here, I can smell the piss of the slums.
But yeah, Lisa, you probably need to remind me of the order when we get to it. Because I will likely forget. I need to write down, really. But yeah, I think you're right. Stick with the Americans. And go from there.
No, and that is why I must try. It is why I came to Francia.
Yeah.
If I kill
Well, we've also got a skill on this now. If you kill someone in a fight, the Raven will pick up the loot for you. As well. And also it's one press. You don't have to hold it down like the current games. So it is the looting is definitely better. It's vastly improved. Because it is very slow. And can be fiddly at times. As we found with Assassin's Creed 3. Right. Paris. They take you down in seconds. Really? Ravens love shiny things. They do indeed. That's why it kind of works. It makes sense that they do that. Yeah, but your Raven will come down and loot for you now. That was a recent skill they added. Which is really helpful, to be fair. Especially when you shoot someone at a distance. With like a bow. And then you've got to find the body to then loot it. It's frustrating.
In our veins runs the blood of holy kings and conquerors. The Northerners may have numbers, but we have God.
Okay.
That is Odo, Count of Paris and right-hand man to the king. Drumming up support for his army, no doubt.
Our courage and honor will not fail us, no matter how hot the fight.
Well, the English thought they had God on their side, and we dealt with them. We turned them on our side. So, we'll see.
One next to him is Gosselin, Bishop of Paris and a fearsome warrior.
I say, he doesn't look that fearsome, he looks angry.
For another day. You have to get to Engulwin, and to do that, you have to find your way into the church.
Yeah, no, I'm liking the idea of that. Stick to the American ones and then we move over. Does make a lot of sense. That's all I'm thinking about now is that.
If it was easy, I would have killed him myself already.
But I thoroughly enjoyed Valhalla all the way through. I really want to get back to Assassin's Creed 3 though. I hate leaving something midway through.
What the Northerners always want: blood and silver, yours and mine.
Me, they know quite well already. Someone down there knows something. All you have to do is get them to tell you.
I have your word. Once this is done, we find Charles.
As you say, but work fast. I cannot leave Milan unguarded long. And this Frankish stench already turns.
I don't understand why you can say you can't leave it unguarded long. We were attacked in Milan, and your guards did nothing. They've spotted us. So we need to fight by the sounds of it.
Insulting. I will deal with them while you find Engulwin. He is hiding in his church.
You just managed to scan all the homestead people. It wasn't too bad to make. That's good to know. That was the thing I was concerned about taking time, to be fair.
They deserve no less. But you are the wolf-kissed. You do not need my advice.
I'm assuming it's spring, summertime when you're playing now. It's not winter. Because I think it was worse when it was winter. Right. Okay, this is different. Assassinate Bishop Engulwin. Safe behind the guarded gates of his fortified church, Bishop Engulwin is an unreliable shepherd of the suffering populace in the Paris slums. Speak to locals in the tavern for clues, or explore to find another way in. That's very old school. We haven't had this for a while. So, in older Assassin's Creed games, you worked out the best route to assassinate a target. They've gone old school. By the looks of things. How well it works, we're about to find out. But That is a very old school way of doing things. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but it's definitely interesting. I like the way they're going with this. They made like the old Assassin's Creed. They did indeed. It's how well it works though in an RPG era. Infiltration opportunities are marked on your compass. So infiltration opportunities are marked on your compass. We're going to find and assassinate. So we actually get a choice. First thing we'll do is save it, because I save regularly. So yeah. They have gone old school. I'm impressed. I didn't think they'd ever go back to that way of playing, to be honest. But I like it. Okay. I was worried that was actually in Paris, but we're not. We're on the outskirts. Okay. So from here, have I got... Yeah, I have got a haystack. So, obviously straight ahead of us, we have our infiltration point. Basically someone we can hopefully talk to. Soldiers don't know us. Will you explain that? What bit do you mean, Kev? Do you mean the assassination bit? Is that the bit you mean? I'm assuming that they don't know who I am, so we're okay to be here. I'm assuming we're okay. You haven't played the old games? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so in some of the old games, it was mainly... We're talking more... I think Ezio had it in. I'm trying to think myself, because it's been a long time since I played a lot of them. Unity, possibly Rogue. I'm not sure on Rogue. Pretty sure Unity did. Basically, you had a target to assassinate, and you could find clues, which would get you into the location easier, undetected, so you could take them out without having to fight your way through. The more clues you got, the easier it was to get into buildings and things. And that's what they've done here. So instead of during Valhalla itself, and we did go and assassinate people, we never really had a target just to go straight and assassinate, that I can remember, to be fair. But instead of just running in, like we did in Assassin's Creed 3, we have a target we need to take out, we stick to the high points, like the captain of one of the forts, we'll get close, we jump down, assassinate. Easy. With the other games and what they're doing here, you have to find clues to find your best way in. Obviously, I assume you can storm the gates and probably force your way through in some degree, but it won't make life easy for you. So it's better to find clues, but it makes you be able it's basically
interesting.
If people know Hitman, you're basically choosing how to do it. We saw that also in Batman games, I believe. They did a similar system. I like the system. I like the idea. What is that? I don't know what that symbol is. What is that? Ah, that's a new one. See if the legend tells me what it is, because I've not seen that symbol before. Oh, it's an Avenge quest. I have seen the symbol, I just didn't recognise it. That's an Avenge quest. Someone has died there previously. Right. I'm not 100% sure where this is. It says straight ahead. Obviously,
Count Odo is the protector of Paris, the king's man, and he has told you the truth. You cannot trust the Northmen.
So we need to find clues. Locals of the tavern may know more. So let's head to the tavern. See what information we can gather that way. And if it works, and we'll find out doing this. Someone...
Bread or coin? Bread or coin?
Okay, I normally give coins and stuff to beggars, but I can't. I normally would. Yeah, if we can find clues, brilliant. Be interested to see how it works. Because obviously an RPG is more open. This doesn't make it as open, to some degree. See, they're Norse. Looking at the beards and stuff, I wouldn't say his. The first two were definitely Norse, I would have said. I don't think we're welcome.
Owner? That's such a naively hopeful world. What can I get you?
She's also lacking an accent. I had this issue with Wrath of the Druids. There wasn't a really major Irish accents, and it doesn't seem they've got French accents there either, which is a little bit disappointing. Where can I find the bishop? Oh, his business always is good. Where can I find the bishop? Seems a bit forward, but let's see it.
I need to find the bishop.
We failed.
The bishop.
Oh, that was the rebel mission.
He's not in this mud
I didn't
pit,
actually do it, did I? I thought I could just
wouldn't
accept
risk
it and go to it
soiling
later.
his holy sandals.
So we learned a lesson with the
There
rebel
is a
missions there.
priest who does the bishop's numbers in here at times. Last I saw, he was talking to a table of soldiers.
Right, so there is a priest in here that's talking to a table of soldiers. So we weren't too forward. I thought when he said failed, I thought I'd messed up.
If you mean tables of soldiers drowning themselves in wine at my expense, then yes, it's good enough. It might be better if not for that old drunk over there, crying about the bishop to everyone who listens.
I think we need to speak to him.
Way, but to be honest, I need his business.
Yeah, I think we need to speak to him. By the sounds of things, that might be a clue
You
there.
look the kind that enjoys a good complaint. You'll be back.
And in anything, whenever you need information, you always head to the tavern. Every time. So infiltration opportunities. The tavern keeper has revealed 2 clues within the tavern that will lead to your target. Follow either of these clues or find your own way to reach Engelwin. So you can find him without doing any of the clues. But it's obviously easier and more realistic in some ways to follow the clues. But I know Ivor has grown during the Valhalla time period and Wrath of the Druid. He has grown as a person. He was very sword first, think afterwards. And over time he's gone more diplomatic. He does think a lot more before he acts. So I think he would try and follow them, find the easy way in. And obviously the conversation we've had with him and Sigrid already, he doesn't want full-on war.
Wine loosens lips as well as ale.
So the soldiers in the tavern know the bishop's scribe.
Something that will get me into the church.
Someone needs to report back to the bishop.
So we've got that one and that one.
Is taken care of.
Well, not
what
me.
does the bishop
And this guy who's complaining. Let's speak to this guy.
You mentioned the bishop.
See what he has to tell us.
Took care. My daughter.
I like finding all the clues.
She's gone. She's a good girl. Never any trouble. She wouldn't steal anything.
Who took your daughter? Was it the bishop?
The bishop's soldiers in the slums. Said she stole the bishop's silver. Said she has the devil.
I suppose there's a little bit of an accent there. But it's not as much as I think it should be.
We'll find your daughter here in the slums, and she will help me find Engelwin.
So we can find his daughter.
Drunk's daughter at the slums. I'll see if there's more to learn here.
There's always more to learn.
For a servant of God, he has a terrible temper.
Okay.
That is 2 good leads.
So yeah, I'll always find as many clues as we can. Always got to find the clues. So this is the captain's orders. Captain, my scribe has unhappily proved himself to be treacherous of treacherous character. Find him and make certain he does not return to trouble us further. The materials in his possession are stolen and of a nature most personal. Included is a watchwood allowing entry to the church. Ah! We can find the scribe. We get the entry to the church. Cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. Recover and destroy everything, leave no trace. I must insist upon your utmost discretion in this matter. Report to my priest at the gate when the matter is resolved. So we have 2 ways of doing this now. What can we collect there? I think I just robbed her silver off the bar. There's always stuff to pick up. Can't pick food up because we're full. More silver. I'll always pick everything up if we can. What's over here? Are we actually robbing her? I think we're picking up all the money that's been left. There's, don't want the food. I think there's silver there. There we go. We're actually picking up the money that's been left. Right, so there's 2 clues we now have, and that's the lady. That's a different lady. That's a different person. Was that the same one? I'm in 2 minds. They both look very similar. Right. So both clues giving us 2 different leads, and they have to be in 2 separate areas. This is I don't know which one's which. Doesn't tell me. So let's go left. That's the one I wanted. We'll head left first, I think. and we'll see where it takes us. I like having all the clues because it gives you a lot more choice when it comes to doing anything. Choice is definitely the easier option. Okay, so if we head left, I don't know if I could have gone underground, but I don't know whether that was what I needed to do. So one of these is the scribe we're looking for, and this is in the Plague District, and one is the daughter of the drunk. They're banging on door. So somewhere around here is one of my clues.
What do you see?
There's a small wealth in there. Make sure we grab that. I'm assuming we're allowed here. Doesn't seem...
God himself holds you over this pit of hell like a...
This is the Plague District. So there's several people here, including a Book of Knowledge.
I'm looking for a priest who works for the bishop as a scribe.
The bishop? I do not know about that. One of the nuns might know. I do not know anything.
Okay, well, here was a lot of use. Over here, there's a nun. There's a Book of Knowledge in here as well. Or nearby. Let's speak to the nun.
A priest who helps the bishop with his numbers. A church scribe.
You as well. He's popular today. It must be serious if it's bringing you all down.
There's a slight twang of an accent, I must admit. Maybe I'm
Someone else was looking for him.
being a bit picky there with the accent.
He didn't seem too pleased to see that. They got to arguing, then all left toward the sewer.
Right, they're all going into the sewer.
Just over the rise.
Pardon me.
Be careful, though. With all those plagued bodies.
It's a warning
not
about the
clean
rats.
And smells to high heaven.
Yeah. For the clues, heading towards secondary markers on your compass. Right, there is a wealth here. Behind us. Okay. So we've got to find... That door is locked. But we need to find a way round, or some way to get in there. I'm assuming that looks like a breakable wall to me, but I don't think it is. But while we're here, I want to try and grab this book of knowledge. So I'm just looking to see if there's a way in, or a way to at least shoot the door. Well, it looks of it. On the ladder. I've never tried the overpower ability to break the doors, to be fair. I've always tried to find the arrow point. Okay, what is it? The shoulder bash or something that you can use, is it? Okay, what's this? Right, there's a door down there. So I've found a way in. I think I can hear rats. Yeah, they're below me. So obviously I'd rather not. Let's... Right, I found the way to break the door anyway. So it's not a problem. While we're here, I'd like to grab... I think there's armour nearby as well. There's lots of stuff nearby. Jump smash motions. Yeah, I've never tried that, to be fair. Right, obviously we know the rats are here. I just picked up a load of titanium. There's a note here. Where are the rats? They're below me. Okay, I actually come round because I thought they were on the floor here. Diary of a Brave Cook, Day 1. Today I enjoyed my first porridge as my secret ingredient. Quite tasty, if a bit and lumpy and furry. Can we guess what the secret ingredient is yet? Day 5. More porridge today. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. There's an acquired taste for such a joy as a slurp down. Day 15. I am the Rat King. They obey my mad pipe of thoughts and scurry between the dark places between the stairs. So someone here thought he was the Rat King. Okay, that one. We can blow this up. There we go. Right, the rats are down here. so I have to be wary. Let's get my arrows. Right, I've got them to go down the thing. They didn't do that much damage, but they're quick. Book of Knowledge, there we go. You have a new ability, the Plague of Rats, which obviously we need to look at. Maybe it's a new skill based on the DLC, it may be worth looking at. Abilities. They escalate quick. They're very quick. So it goes on your left hand side, your ranged abilities, and you can coat an arrow with rat bait that attracts a swarm of vicious rats to the arrow's landing point after a short delay. I like that. We don't really use our wolf. Let's use it in place of the wolf. So we can call rats to help us. That's an interesting ability. Right, the rats have gone. I haven't seen a way of blocking up the rat holes yet. We were told when the rat thing was explained to us you could. But obviously we haven't needed to yet. Right, we're done in here. We only went in there because we had the Book of Knowledge. Right, what else have we got? The clue is over there in that little tunnel. And there is armour. And someone has died there. Because I believe that is a... I'm really struggling with words. That is a... thingamajig. An revenge quest. There is also... weirdly. And I'm just going to... I wonder if these are new fish or same. I'll just honestly catch the fish. I want to see if they're different to what we have in England. They're probably the same, but I just want to see. I haven't seen a quest with require fish yet. Odyssey is so much more colourful. Yes, Odyssey is very colourful. I don't know what I just did, but I did something. Right, anyway. I couldn't catch the fish, he got away. I was curious to see if they're different. They're different fish, are they? Yeah, Odyssey is extremely colourful. Thanks for the like, that was much appreciated. Odyssey is a lot more colourful. But then, it was a colourful time. That was, you know, people dressed differently back then, didn't they? I want to catch a fish just to see what the difference is. Yeah, different time, people wore different clothes. Obviously this time period, people did wear darker clothes. They'll be a bit more adorned. I don't know how the other fish got away so quickly. I don't rarely lose fish previously. Let's have a look what we got. No, that is the same as previous, I'm pretty sure. That's not a new fish. That was a pollock. No, it's the same fish as before. There may be new ones, but that was the same. Right. This is where one of our clues is leading us to. So let us have a look. I'm going to break my boat if I'm not careful. I assumed I had to go this way. With a boat.
The soldiers must have taken the scribe inside.
Right, so we're looking for the scribe this side. Obviously I'm being a bit wary. There is armour nearby according to the thing.
That is the stench of death.
That is the stench of death. There's fish in here. There is something over there. And there is something there. I'm jumping down. I'm going to have to swim, I think, to get this. So let's have a little look. I'm assuming nothing's going to eat me while underwater. Rune of protection, armor rune. There's something else further down. Currently, I don't think we can go further down. But we got what we wanted anyway. We got the chest that was there. So, I'm assuming we're still heading down the tunnel. Yeah, I think Odyssey and probably Origins are probably two of the most colourful games we've done. Although, I'm trying to think back, Black Flag has quite a bit of colour. Right, what have we found here?
The bodies here are decayed and falling apart.
So the biggest concern is rats, because we saw how quick they are to attack. More bodies. No, we looted that one. Nothing in there. Cool. I'm always constantly checking everything to see if there's anything we need to pick up too. Right, I think we just jumping across by accident. I don't think there's anything here. Oh, there is something here though. So this person was tied and killed.
This body has rotted in the water. It has been down here a long time.
Okay. What is this?
Blurred by the water, but this is a list of some kind. It must have come from the scribe.
Right, I think we've got a list on the scribe, so we're definitely on the right trail.
Plague corpses, just as the nun said. Floated here from somewhere ahead.
I think we're going down. Yeah, lots of corpses. Still we're heading. Obviously we've got to be careful of oxygen.
My mouth is sour with the filth.
Okay, we can hear people. I think we're in the right place. I still think there's stuff in there we need to get.
Rats. They're small. Their teeth are sharp.
They're small, but the teeth are sharp. They're definitely sharp. Right, I've got to be a bit wary of the rats.
Priest's robe. This must be the scribe. A list of numbers that shows Engelwin mishandling tithes. The scribe discovered the bishop was stealing money, and it got him killed. This is a watchword. Job 121. Will help me gain entry to the church.
Okay, so we have the word that we need to give as a password to get into the church. Job 121. But this is the scribe's letter. So the scribe is dead. But there can be no doubt Bishop Engelwin is stealing from the tiffs. The parchments I carry show it. Engelwin already suspects my discovery. I must leave the church or die here. I have gained the watchword and will use it to pass the gate. It is Job 121. How apt is Scripture to hide his many perversions. I fear my deception will not last long, and the bishop guards are everywhere. I can only think to go to the slums. The sisters will hide me. From there I'll leave Paris under cover of night and flee to Everston. God grant me mercy, and Saint Germain protect me. Odyssey side missions. I don't think they are. We completed Odyssey in 120 hours. And that's including... No, it might be 130 something hours, and that's including DLC. That's all the DLCs included in that number. So I don't think it is. I wouldn't say it is, to be fair. I wouldn't say the side stuff is 100 hours, because the main story is quite long in itself. Right, we can now get into the church. I still want to go and find the daughter, and the thing we missed, I want to go back and do. So although we could now go straight to the church, we're going to head back into the water, because I want to find the armour. We obviously missed something in terms of where the armour was. So while we're here, see if we can collect it. Now I could be wrong, we may not be able to, but that's the roof. We may be wrong, we might not be able to. What's this way? Right, this was the way we came in, wasn't it? So yeah, I don't know how... There's a different entrance, maybe. I think this definitely was the way we came in. I think. Can't even see it flashing up annoyingly. Yeah, this was the way we came in. So, did we miss something? Because the armour is below us somewhere. It's there. It's making me wonder if we missed something. Didn't really want to go all the way back, but I don't want to leave the armour either. You've cleared it. Yeah, see, we will clear as we go to a degree, but I do want to keep the main story moving. Right, see if we can find this armour. There must be a way down. And I'm not seeing it. Or it's back to where the exit was and there's a different direction to take. Maybe that is it. To be fair. Thank you very much, Lisa. We'll hopefully see you again soon. What time is it? Already 11:05. Right, we're going to have to stop shortly as well. I didn't realise how late it was, to be fair. We'll go for another 10, 15, 20 minutes or so. But yeah, thank you very much, Lisa. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Right, where is this armour? We roughly know where it is. So how do we get to it? My only thinking is there... Can we dive down here? We can lunge. Right, so that's not deep enough to dive underneath. That's what made me wonder, maybe... Is there... It looks like... wasn't what I intended to do. No, he means Valhalla. He's in Paris. Right. So the armour is back to the start of this kind of area, but I can't see a way to get to it at the minute. Obviously this is the way out. Yeah, I can't see a way round to it, which is strange. Maybe we can't get the armour yet. Because the only underground bit is here. I can't see anything else. It could be a small tunnel I'm missing, it could be something small. But we may have to come back for it then at a different time. I was hoping. It may be a different sewer we need to look in, maybe. But yeah, back to where we were. Minus the excursion. Obviously the rats are there. Now, like I say, we could go and take on Engelwin. But I also would like to go and have a look at and see about the young girl who's gone missing. I've got loads of markers I don't want. Just remove all markers. If we go and save the young girl as well, have both clues, and then we have a lot more options for getting in. Right. I did wonder if I could climb up the tree. Oh, there we go. So, we'll head to the other clue. I want the armour as well. I've got to find out a way to get the armour. I think it's maybe a different entrance. But yeah, we'll find the girl, see what clue she gives us, and then we'll have to decide on what way to do it. The X is on people's doors as well. The soldier's there. Why? I wonder if the armour's actually in there. No, I don't think it is. It's not showing up there. I did wonder. But yeah, it just gives us more. If we get a second clue as well, it gives us a lot more options. Where are we heading? Whether we'll get this done tonight or not, I don't know. We are running short of time. Right, flooded. This is the flooded slums, and we're looking for a young girl. There's also a magic piece of paper to follow, which are my nightmare. If we can do it, we will. can't.
No,
Won't.
let me go! I don't want no deliverance! Leave me alone!
I think that's the girl we need to go and help. I do need to go and help her. But while we started, I now want to finish running after this piece of paper. And yes, I hate these things. Come here. Don't despair, don't despair. Right, we got it. Right, the girl is here. From that shouting. I think that's the girl. Yeah, we've got to rescue that girl. Now, I need the element of surprise, ideally. Should we try the rats? As it... Ah. No, too late. I messed up, I missed the jump.
Help! Don't just stand there! Help me!
I've run out of stamina. Completely forgot about the stamina system in this. Right, one down. I completely forgot about the stamina system. They take a bit more damage to kill, don't they? Normally a weapon would do it. Where's this big bowman? Oh, there. He's down. A couple of headshots later. And my raven is picking up. I keep forgetting the raven's going to pick up. So we don't have to chase back after. Nice to dodge quick enough. Right, it's down. Where's my other guy? He was here.
Much too slow.
Oh, he is here. Oh, is he on the roof?
Trying to get away?
Where's he gone? He's actually hiding on the roof somewhere. Right, can we get to him? Where's he gone? Yeah, he's down. The arborists, they take a while to reload, so they're not too bad to take out. I think we've taken all the enemy out. It wasn't the way I wanted to do it by any means, but we did it. Right, I think we can free the prisoner. And she...
It's not safe here! This way!
wants us to follow her. Okay. But yeah, I think we'll try and aim to do every clue and then make a decision on how we're going to get into somewhere. Once we've got all the clues. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. You can't just force your way straight through. But I like having the choice. I think the choice is definitely the main thing. But I don't think we're going to start that mission tonight. I think we'll save it for tomorrow.
That was close.
You're welcome. Your father told me the bishop took you.
My father? Yeah, the bishop's soldiers. I didn't steal nothing neither. Then they wanted to give me deliverance.
You stole from the bishop. That was bold.
I just said I didn't I? Well, I didn't take no silver.
She stole, but she didn't take silver.
Church key.
Ah!
Key.
So
Key
did
to the church.
soldiers, but you are too late.
She sold
I
it.
sold it to bandits in the sewers. They got it cheap too.
My reward for helping you is to fight bandits.
You
Yep.
are welcome. Good luck. The sewers stink. I have to get to my father before he is thrown out of the tavern again.
So I think what we'll do is we need to head into the sewers once more, retrieve the key from the bandits. What I'm thinking is we'll do that and then we'll probably stop there for the evening.
This must be the sewers.
Before we actually go and take out the bishop. And then tomorrow evening when we start, we'll have the choice
Fresh tracks. Bandits must be
of
close.
which way we want to go about this. Right, more rats. They're under the boards though. They're not. Are they're not killing me, so they're underneath us. So we need to stay on the boards. I'm assuming I can't get through there. I'm assuming that door's locked. Oh, yeah, I can't get through there. Okay. So obviously if we fall down, the rats are going to go after us. You see, I just stepped down and the rats were straight there. Took a little nibble. I'm assuming they're not going to come down after us.
Rats. They're small. Their teeth are sharp.
So yeah, we need to attack the rats to scare them off. By the looks of things. And this was the door I couldn't get in a minute ago, but I'm assuming... Ah, there's my guys.
Why must we guard the stuff and they...
We'll do the joint assassination there. So they've actually blocked the hole the rats get in with that box. By the looks of things. Alright, what else is there to loot in here? Obviously I'm not going to move that box because the rats will decide to come after me. I'd rather that didn't happen. Alright, nothing that way. What have we got here?
These goods have been packed for travel. The bandits are smuggling.
Alright, the bandits are smuggling. Right, more bandits.
What luck? Everyone knows the bishop has rooms packed with silver and valuables. You might have...
I was going to try another assassination, but obviously they spotted me before the chance to. They're down. Do not touch the box, otherwise the rats will come out to play. Right, we have another note. Big job, boys. Listen up, rats. We've been doing alright taking from the smugglers, but now it's time for something big. Everyone knows they're hiding a fortune of ransom silver underneath St. Guinevere Church. When the North strike will bust in, grab it for ourselves and we perish to its fate. If we lose it. So the Rat King is definitely, you know, he's involved somewhere, separately. They're on about smuggling, stealing a ransom worth of silver from underneath the church. It's interesting. No worries, gaming. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for staying with us. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. We'll be back again live tomorrow evening. And we'll carry on. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. There's a key.
The key has a Christian cross cast into its bow.
We've got the church key.
The church key.
So now we actually have the key to get into the church. So we have a choice. We can use a password to get in, or we can use a key. Always nice to have the choice. I did think there might be something in here, but not by the looks of it. Anything else in here? Obviously more loot, an opal. Anything else? I think that's a way out up there. So I think, annoyingly, I've got to find a way to get the armour somehow. At the minute, I don't actually know how we get to it. Right, one more rats, so we need to go up and stay high above the rats. There we go, and out we go. I think. Yes. I want the armour, but annoyingly I don't know how to get to it. I hear a frog. Oh, look at that. Glitched a little bit into the wall, but there's frogs. Don't think we saw frogs in England. So quite cool we're seeing them now. Why is there... Okay. There's someone here.
Sorry, we're closed down here. Try your luck back upstairs.
Okay, I think that may be the key to get in. I think that may be where we have to use the key, maybe? Maybe not, I don't know. I think we're kind of in a wrong place here. No. Wherever that is locked. This is the Boatman Bath's Tavern. So this is the tavern, I think, where we got the clues originally. So what we'll do There's nothing really to do before we end. I want the armour. Obviously, couldn't find a way to get the armour. I've got to figure out how we get to it. There's obviously a different way in, maybe a different route to take to get it. We also found the rebel mission. That was important. I thought we could place a rebel mission, collect the rebel mission, and go and do it in our own time. But you can't, because they are time limited, and it doesn't tell you how long you have. But my guy actually delivered something he was meant to deliver, and we didn't stop him in time, so we failed the rebel mission. So once you do one, it seems you need to go and do it. Otherwise, things can go wrong. There's also a raid up here, which is interesting. That's interesting. What are these? Oh, and these are the targets. So we need to return and get a new mission when we're ready. But that is it for this evening. We gained some more titanium. To be fair, I don't. We can upgrade our gear, but I think we'll hold off for a minute. No skill points. We have got a master point, but we normally do them freeze. But that is it, and we have a new ability. So far, first impressions. It took a little bit of time to get into the DLC, which isn't a bad thing. That's definitely not a criticism. The story works really well. I think it links extremely well, which is definitely a good thing. So yeah, first impressions. I'm pretty happy. I'm interested to see how the story unfolds. I think the new assassination missions are interesting, and the rebel missions we haven't really given a go yet. We need to actually do one and see how that works. If it's still backup, melee or ranged. But yeah, all in all, it's not bad. You heard it with the DLC was 7 hours. I've heard 10. Which would probably put it on par with Island, to be honest. And that worries me a little bit, because normally, as we said previously, the second DLC is normally longer than the first. The first DLC took us 20 hours, but obviously streaming, you have to add a bit of time on for that. And we do take a time and look around and explore. But that took 20 hours. So if this I think this probably may take the roughly same kind of time. And if that's the case, it's a little bit disappointing. We were estimating something closer to 20 to 30 hours because it's second DLC and generally they are longer. So, because I'm hearing the same as you are, Kathy, to be fair, yes, a lot of people rush. And they'll rush through the story, then sound bored, wasn't long enough, it's too easy, the usual things. So, yeah, I'm holding off on really too much an opinion on how long. From what I've heard, it's 10 hours just for story alone. I think I'd be a little bit disappointed if we complete in less than 20 hours. Because 20 hours is their rough time frame for Wrath Druids. So I'm hoping it's longer. But if it's not, it's not. It depends how in-depth it is. It depends on how well the story plays out. There's nothing wrong with a shorter DLC. If the story is intriguing, it makes you want to keep coming back, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. And I'll take that any day of the week. So, if it's well done and works well, then I don't mind short. But it's got to keep you interested. It's got to keep you wanting to come back. I think that's the important thing. You'll enjoy regardless. Yeah, you've just got to take your time, don't you? That's the big thing. I don't understand these people that get a game on day of release or a DLC, and by the end of that day they are done. I don't understand, because you can't enjoy that, surely. And I know everyone. I've always said I wouldn't criticise someone when they play a game because they pay for it. It's their money. They play it their way. But surely, enjoy it. Take your time. Take it all in. The amount of things you find and see from taking your time and exploring, as we've proven and done ourselves, is a lot more than you will find with rushing. I don't see the point in rushing. And it's generally the people that rush that will come out in a day or two and sound bored when's the new content, because they've finished it. That's the thing. Or they've rushed it, they've finished it. Where's the new content? I'm bored. They promised us more content. It's like, well, they gave you it. You've just ran through it as quickly as possible, missed all the side stuff. It's like I saw someone the other day on the Assassin's Creed Facebook page. They were criticising Valhalla, and they were saying, you know, I've finished the game. It took me, I think they were saying like 20, 30 hours to do the whole of Valhalla. And then was like, hang on, you haven't finished. And they're like, I did, done all the story, done the ending, I'm done. But what level are you? And he said he was level like 100 and something. So that's why. Because you've just gone straight through it. You've not done any of the side stuff, the mysteries or the wealths. You've just gone running through it. You're always going to finish quickly. My favourite Assassin's Creed Super Colby is Assassin's Creed 1. And I don't think any Assassin's Creed will ever change my mind. And the biggest reason Assassin's Creed 1 is my favourite Assassin's Creed is, one, it's the first one, so it started the whole thing off. But on top of that, it was a game that was out before its time. So, vivid memories of riding through the desert area, looking into the distance and seeing Bethlehem and them kind of places. We see it now in Valhalla and all the other games. You've got that Ubisoft are fantastic at making that game world appear in front of your eyes and is mesmerising. It had that, but many, many years before anyone else did it. And, you know, that vivid picture is always there, and for me, that makes it my favourite. Because it's what made me enjoy the Assassins. Thank you, Super Collery. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The DLC so far, I always try and leave opinions out of it for the time being until we've finished it. I don't like to jump the gun and prejudge something until we're properly into it. It's not the same as the game, mainly because of the way they've changed the assassin missions. But the reason I want to do every clue and then go in to do the mission, I want to see how it plays out. If it comes across that it doesn't matter what you do, it's the same either way, it could get a bit tedious, but I don't know. I will never prejudge a game until we've done it 100% and then we have a clear picture of what it entails. And yeah, they've added something different with that. It's how it fits to an RPG is the bit I'm a little bit unsure of, because an RPG obviously you have a lot more freedom. It suited the older Assassin's Creed games because they're a little bit more linear, but only time will tell. We'll hopefully find out tomorrow night. That's the thing. Thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Have you started the DLC, Kathy, or are you waiting, or you not had the time yet? But yeah, I don't like to prejudge Super Colby. I don't think that's fair. It's same as reviews and stuff. You read a game review and they've done a couple of hours and they say it's rubbish. And then you go and play it yourself and you think, well, I don't know what they're talking about. But it's because they haven't got into it yet. That's why I won't do a review video until we've actually finished the game 100%. Because I don't think you can actually honestly give a proper opinion until you've done it all. That's in my view. I'm not criticising people that do review games, but in my view I don't think you can give a proper opinion until it's done. You've not had the time yet. Okay, Kathy. Hopefully you manage to get the time soon. And hopefully you enjoy it. Obviously, if you don't want to spoil any of the story for yourself, don't watch. That's the one thing I try and say to everyone, you know. If you don't want to spoil the story for yourself, don't watch. I don't mind. It's not an issue to me. I'd rather you went in blind. If that's what you want to do. Because I'm the same. I try and avoid story and spoilers as much as possible. And it's harder and harder these days to avoid spoilers, I must admit. But yeah. As long as you're... Yeah, it's your decision. I'm not saying you can't watch. You've got to, you know, but yeah, it's your decision. I don't mind. I'd rather warn people and say, look, if you haven't done it yet, I don't want to spoil it for you. But yeah, so that's it for this evening. I am going to try and take it easy tomorrow and hopefully try and have a semi-normal sleep and day tomorrow-ish. We are back tomorrow evening for more Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Siege of Paris. It's a bit weird to say we're back in Valhalla. Just as I'm getting used to saying we're back in the American Revolution, we're now back in Valhalla. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow evening. That's going ahead. I think that's it. I don't think I've got anything else to tell people about, actually. To be fair, there's always content on the channel every day. Yeah, that is it. Thank you very much, Kathy. So yeah, thank you all very much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the views, the likes, the comments, and the conversations. As always, you guys are fantastic, and always manage to cheer me up. So we've done our first 2 and a bit hours ish. We'll see. Like I say, we don't prejudge, but we'll hopefully see you all again next time, and I hope you all have a good evening, morning, wherever you are, afternoon, and we'll see hopefully some of you tomorrow evening. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.